Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Pierre-Lewis, and I'll be doing a presentation on the Lewis&Clark expedition. The man on the left is Lewis, and the man on the right is Clark. Lewis and Clark were expeditioners of 1804 who explored across the west of the U.S. Thomas Jefferson asked them to explore the west of the Mississippi River and travel over the land of the Louisiana Purchase. And over this time, Lewis and Clark wrote journals about their travels, and these journals are available online if anybody wanted to go check those out. So this impacted the U.S. a lot, and this expedition brought back a lot of information that was unknown prior to the Lewis and Clark expedition. A great amount of geographical information was discovered. Over 120 species of animals were recognized, some of those being the grizzly bear, prairie dog, and mountain goat. Peaceful relationships between native tribes were made, and the expedition further expanded interest of the fur trade. So here are some of the expedition's accomplishments and influences on Americans. So this expedition sparked more trade between the natives and inspired new settlers to travel the same route as Lewis and Clark did, and it, again, expanded interest in the fur trade and the lumber trade. And you can see here the picture in the background, the Corps of Discovery and some Native Americans interacting with each other and getting along. And this is an example of the peaceful relationships that were established by the two. So on this slide, I'll be talking about the Lewis and Clark Boathouse and Museum, located in St. Charles, Missouri. So this museum was made to remember the significance of the Lewis and Clark expedition, to remember the accomplishments and influences it brought to the U.S. This location is open for school classes, so students can come and visit here and learn all about the expedition and do all the activities that are available. Virtual tours are available as well, so you guys can learn about the expedition more and about this museum virtually. And this location is open for a homeschool program, so homeschoolers can come and visit this location and, look around and learn more about the Lewis and Clark expedition. So while this museum already does have a lot of cool and fun stuff for its visitors to do, I think it would be a great improvement if they included some pictures and descriptions of the animals discovered while Lewis and Clark were on their expedition. And I also think it would be cool if they started growing some plants that Lewis and Clark discovered while they were on their expedition, so viewers are able to take a look at those as well. So yeah, those two would be a good add-on for the museum, and more things for visitors to do, just a fun new activity. This plant right up here is called the Lewis flax, and it is one of the plants and flowers that they discovered while they were on their journey. So another new activity I think would be a great add-on to this museum is if they allowed volunteers to travel around the lake that borders the museum, which is the Missouri River, and they would collect little plants, the same plants that Lewis and Clark discovered, and keep them in a book as a token to remember the museum by. And cardboard cutouts of like grizzly bears and prairie dogs, as you can see here, those are some of the animals that Lewis and Clark discovered. They would point out some of those animals, and at the end of the boat ride, the visitors would design a realistic map of where they went, just how Lewis and Clark had to do. So these pictures to the right is a little bit of an example of how this activity would go. This girl would be collecting plants that Lewis and Clark discovered and placing them in her book. This would be the map that the visitors would have to design as realistically as they can at the end of the boat ride. And this is one of the animals' cardboard cutout of what they would point out. So the importance of this activity and how it would improve the Lewis and Clark Boathouse location is that it replicates the expedition. Visitors would get a deeper understanding of just what Lewis and Clark went through on their journey. The activity is very educational and very fun thing to take part in, and it would inspire visitors to learn more about the Lewis and Clark expedition and dig deeper into their journey on their own time. This activity would also make people across the U.S. want them to come to this museum and take part in this activity and learn more about Lewis and Clark. Here are all of my references, and I do have little citations for all of the pictures I put in the background of my slides. So yeah, that is my presentation on Lewis and Clark. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Thank you.